What's up YouTube? I'm Coco, this is Coco Creates Music. Welcome to this episode. In this one we will take the rough demo and the vocals we recorded last time and make the first rough mix of it. Let's go! Alright, I talked about this a lot, and in this episode and the next one I will actually show you what I always meant when I said in the workflow and to add or change tracks later. So we will be taking the rough mix from last time, import into Mixbus, and we'll make a very first mix of it. That will get the song in the ballpark. Also, I'm very impatient, so I already get to hear it. That might spark more creativity. So this will be the first step. In order for us to do the rough mix and for you to follow along, we need to get you into the machine. So let's go! Here we go again, loading my Mixbus template, creating the session, importing all the tracks, cutting the silence, setting markers, doing all the routing to the predefined buses that are already in place. And since with this one there are more vocal layers than with the last one, there's also going to be a bit more of melodyne, more tuning, since I came up with parts of the melody on the spot. You see me doing that right now, going over the melody, correcting all the mistakes in the pitches, making sure that the track sounds right and that the harmonies sound right. And then it's on to the rough mixing. In the template, the buses already have everything in place that I typically use, a compression and some EQs that are not part of Mixbus. I create some effects, I go over a little bit of mastering, and then I am already ready to export the first demo mix. Alright, welcome back. Now, since this rough mix, I added a solo. So this is the first edition we will be making and where I can show you how the process works. Here's some footage of me recording that solo when the idea popped to my head. Okay, that's the solo done. Now it's time to actually tell you about what this process that I've been going on about is actually about. Typically, when you're looking at a production, you would go by these steps, I suppose. Pre-production, tracking, mixing, mastering, releasing. This is already a bit changed up in our case because I can't do pre-production on songs that don't even exist. So the little first addition is writing, tracking, mixing, mastering, releasing. But since this is an iterative process, maybe I write something, then I have an idea, like in this case I add a solo later on, or I decide I want to switch up tracks. I refine this to be even shorter for this channel where I'm trying to write more and more songs. It looks like this: writing, tracking, mix, master in one go, releasing. I put together the mixing and mastering. You've seen me do this in the first mix. You've seen me do it again just now. I just don't stress about too much with the mastering process. I just want to get the demos in the ballpark. I said this before, right? And I'm still going about it this way. Now, with the way I treat the tracks between the projects, you've seen already that the writing and tracking happens in Ableton Live, while the mixing mastering proportion goes on to Harrison Mixbus. And again, in order to transfer the tracks, I consolidate them, make them the same length, and then it's easy to just import the WAV files. Let's do that right now. Here I'm actually doing two things: freezing the arrangement, which means committing the plugins to audio and then generating the waveforms in the same length, exporting, and then we have them ready for importing. There you go, the tracks are consolidated. It's very easy now to import them into Mixbus. There we are, the new tracks are in. In this case I only went with the DI, not the reamp version, but I have the same plugins available in Mixbus as well, so I will just go on and create the sound. And there we are, quick remix with the levels, quick re-export, and we have the version with the solo. And by now, I've heard the track so many times that I have already decided that I want to retrack the guitars and do some things to the B section as well, which I will show you in the next one. See you then!